Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're gonna create a burger flyer. So we're gonna create this flyer that you can see on the screen right now. And it should be very interesting. I think it's a very simple design. So let's jump right into it. So first, what you will need to do is you would need to actually get your color. All right, and I'm gonna give you the color code for this color. So let me just get the color. All right, so I'll copy this color code. All right, and you go to your new design page. Next, what you'll do is you add your element. So we're gonna add a shape. All right, so if you click on shapes, you could add this rounded corner square. So select it. Once you have the rounded corner square, what you could do, you could just reposition it and also resize it or reshape it to form a rectangle like so. All right, by just clicking one of the sides. All right, either the left side or the right side. Next, what we'll do is we'll change the color, and then we'll just click add new color, and we'll paste our color code. So the color code that I'm using for this design is 82B910. All right, next what I'll do is I'll just make the corners a bit more rounded. So click on your shape and then go to corners up at the top and then increase the corner rounding like so. And I'll just increase my shape just a little bit like so. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna convert this design page to an image. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to share, and then we're gonna click on see all, and then we're gonna click on copy to clipboard. Once you click copy to clipboard, it's gonna copy the image, and then we'll have to click copy to clipboard once more. And then we'll just remove our shape from the screen or the design page. And then we'll just click paste so that we could paste our image to our design page. All right, and what we'll do next is we'll remove the background because there's a white background here. So let's click remove background. All right, so that's the BG remove up at the top. What we'll do next is we'll resize and position our shape. All right, so I'll just make it a bit bigger, and we're gonna resize it like so, and then we're gonna reposition it. All right, so let's just rotate it a bit and then position it correctly. So I'm just gonna rotate it like so. I've rotated it to just about negative 20 degrees, and I'm just gonna position it like so. All right, now it does not have to be perfect. It basically needs to be positioned just the way you think it might look interesting, but you kind of want it a bit similar to this. All right, you could always reposition this shape after you finish editing all of your design. So once we position it something like this, I'm happy with that. I'll just lock this for now. I'll just click on the background, and then we're gonna change the background color to black. All right, so change the background color to black like so. Next, what you'll need to do is you'll need to add a header. So we're gonna add a header. Let's click text, and let's click add a text box, and then we're gonna type in burger. All right, so we've entered burger. We're gonna resize it to make it a bit bigger, and we're gonna highlight our text, and then we're gonna go to font up at the top toolbar, and we're gonna change it to our font type to gargling. All right, if you need a spelling, it's on the screen. So once we select that, then we're happy, and we could just increase the size some more. So something to note is to ensure that you spell burger in capital letters. All right, so we want it in all caps like so. So I'm gonna increase my size of my header just about like 180 87. That's good enough for me. So let's just reposition this header like so. Now that we've repositioned it, we're gonna just rotate it a bit. All right, and I'm gonna rotate it to about negative 7 degrees like so, and I'm happy with that. So let me just reposition it to the center of the design page. You can see that horizontal that vertical line running straight down to the middle, and I'll position it like so. Next, what we'll need to do is we'll need to add another text box. All right, and I'm gonna increase the size so I can see the text. All right, so let me just zoom in a bit. And what we're gonna type in this box is we're gonna type hot. All right, so hot and delicious. All right, so once we've typed that, we're gonna change the font style. So highlight your text, go to font up it at the top toolbar, and then we're gonna change it to this font. All right, apricots. All right, so if you need the spelling is right here. All right, so I'm happy with this. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna position it up at the top of burger, our burger text. So I'll just increase the size just a little bit more, and my size is just about 34.7. All right, so I'll just place it above the burger, and I'll rotate it to the same -7 degrees so that it's consistent with the burger. All right, so -7 degrees like so, and I'm happy with that. All right, so let's just place it right here. So I'm happy with that. Next, what we'll need to do is we'll need to just duplicate that text, and then we're gonna type in now available. Now available. All right, so now available. All right, so I'm just gonna put an exclamation mark, and I'm happy with this. All right, and it's already rotated to -7 degrees, so you don't have to worry about that at the moment. You just have to place it below the burger like so. All right, I'm gonna just change the burger color. All right, we're gonna change it to green. All right, so I'm happy with that for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom back out a bit. All right, and we're gonna place our burger on the screen. So what you'll do is you'll go to elements, all right, and then you'll go back so that you could search any type of elements, and we'll type in hamburger. All right, once you've done that, then you'll go to photos, click see all, and then what you'll do is just look for a nice burger, a burger that you think looks good, and then once you think you find one that looks yummy, then you could add it, of course. All right, so I think I'm gonna work with this one right here, and I'll basically add that and resize it. All right, I think it's a bit too big at the moment, so let me just resize it just a little bit down like this. All right, and we could place it right here. All right, I'm going to rotate it as well. We're going to rotate it to -7 degrees so that it's consistent with our other elements that we would have added. All right, like the text up above, we would have basically rotated to -7 degrees. So once we've done that, we could also resize it once more to ensure that the burger is proportionately sized to our design. All right, so let me see. I think I'll need to increase it just a little bit more. All right, or possibly what I'll do. All right, so once I've done this, what I realize is that the shape that I placed behind is too small, so I'm going to just increase it. So let me just unlock it and just increase the size of it like so. All right, so now I'm happy with that. All right, so let me just resize it just a little bit, make it a bit smaller like so. All right, and now it's centered aligned, so I'm happy with that. It's aligned with my header. All right, so what we'll do is we could just lock this for now and ensure that it doesn't move. So what I'll do next is I'll just add an arrow. So we're going to go back to elements once more, and then we're going to type in curved arrow. All right, so curved arrow, search, and then we're going to go to graphics, and we're going to select an arrow that we like. I'm just going to choose one that I like. So let's say this one right here. I think I like this one. So what I'll do is I'll just flip it. I'll flip it horizontally. Sorry, flip it horizontally, and then I'll just rotate it like so. So I had to rotate it about -136 degrees, and then I'll change the color of it. All right, to a solid vivid green. So it's a green that we've been using so far in our design, and then I'll resize it. So you could resize it to what looks acceptable to you, and then you place it over to the side right here, like so. All right, pointing at your burger. All right, and your burger is delicious. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate the header text. All right, let's duplicate that, and then we're gonna delete the text inside. We're gonna type in 50%. All right, so 50%. All right, because we're gonna give discount up to 50% off on our burgers. All right, that's a steal. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna place it and resize it right here next to the arrow. All right, and then what we'll do next is we'll just duplicate this text. All right, you could duplicate the one above as well. It's the same font and size. So let's just duplicate it, and then what we're gonna put is up. Let's type up, capital P, up, and then we're gonna put 2. All right, and then we're gonna place it just above the 50%. All right, so it says up to 50%. All right, and we're gonna give up to 50% off. So we'll have to add in the text off as well. All right, so once we place our up to right here, then we're happy. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate it, and then we're gonna just drag it below the 50%, and then we're gonna add off. All right, so you can just type off. Could be a command O, and that should be good. All right, so everything looks aligned correctly right here for now. So I'll just shift down my up to just a bit like so, and I'm happy with that. What we're gonna do next is we're just gonna go over to the right hand side right here, and then we're gonna add a next text box. So let's just add a text box, go to text, add a text box, and then we're gonna change the font to, let's change it to poppin'. All right, because we just want a simple modern style font. All right, so let's type in alpha, and we're gonna type this in capital letters. So alpha valid for, all right, for limited time. All right, for limited time. So once we've typed that, we're just gonna change the line spacing. So we're gonna just highlight our text like so, and then we're gonna go to the top toolbar where it says advanced settings, and then we're gonna change our line spacing just so that the spacing between our lines are a bit closer like so, and I'm happy with that. And we're gonna highlight the text below. We're gonna change it to bold, and then we're gonna left align all of our text. So just highlight all of your text, left align it like so, and then we're good. All right, but the last thing we're gonna do to this text is we're gonna change the color. So let's just change the color for the second line, which says limited time. So we're gonna change the limited time to green. All right, the green that we've been using so far, and then that should be fine. So let's just resize it just a little bit like so. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate it to the same -7 degrees so that it's consistent with our design. All right, like so. So we're gonna just place it right here. All right, and I think I'm up with this. So let's just resize it a bit. My font size is actually 28.2. All right, so I'm happy with that for now. All right, let's just zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm happy with this for now. You just place it right here, and that should be fine. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna just add a shadow below here, but before that I'm just gonna bring this text right here over to the left side a bit. All right, just to keep a balance. All right, yeah, so I'm happy with this now. So we're gonna add our shadow. Let's add our shadow right below the burger. So go to elements. Once you're in elements, type in shadow. All right, just search for shadow, and then we're gonna see some options under graphics. You can just select anyone that you think looks good. It must be kind of like oval. All right, So it must be a bit oval at the edges like this. We could always resize this, all right? But we need to rotate it to a -7 degree rotation, like so that it's consistent with our burger, all right? And then we're gonna just place it right below our burger like so. And we could turn on the transparency by using the top toolbar, transparency. You just turn it down a bit, just about 60 should be fine. Or it could be a bit higher if you wanted to. Let's go 65, all right? And I'm happy with this. All right, so that's how you could create a burger design in Canva. And, you know, just follow along all of the steps. So it's quite simple. What you could do is just try out with the burger, etc. Those are premium elements, but you could just try out with it. If not, I'll try to put a burger in the description in a folder so that you could add, as well as an arrow so that you could add to your design as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you had a good time creating this, and I hope that you found value. If you're interested in signing up for my free basic Canva course, you could do that by clicking the link in the bio and in my description, click the link in my description for that free course where you can learn the essential tools. And I'm hoping to see you guys in the next video.